Pcfl season opener. And it's going to be Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. It's Florida State, the 7 and 10 seeds in the Invitational. And it's all next on YouTube. As always, I'm Hunter. Welcome to the Pcfl on YouTube. This is the 2025 Pcfl Invitational presented by Ford. So we are off here as Wilson brings it out to the 20, and that is where Florida will start. So it's 1st and 10, Florida. Lagway and the Gators. 1st and 10. Taking it, and it's nearly intercepted on the first play of the game. Florida State. Now it's going to be 2nd down here. 2nd and 10 at the 20. Lagway dropping back, finds his man. That is Mizell. That'll get him to the 3rd and 2 at the 27. So game coming up next, it's LSU and it's Notre Dame. 9 versus 8, huge matchup here in Week 1 and the round 1 CFL Invitational. Lagway drops back, finding a man, and that is Badger. Now getting to the Florida 1st down, and it's going to be across midfield. So there we go for Florida and Elijah Badger. This is a really good receiving core this year, as that is what made Florida the 10 seed in this tournament. And off to Johnson, that gets him nearly a 1st and 1. Down short by 2. So 2nd and 2 at the 47. Coming up the midfield now for Florida. And off to Johnson again. He's going to be short by a few inches. So it's going to be 30 inches now for Florida. Championship game for the Invitational will be played in the Regent Stadium on Week 5. 1st and 10 at the 45 now, Florida. This is the round of 16, presented by Enterprise. 1st and 10 at the 45. Hand off to Johnson. That'll get him about 4 or 5 yards right there. To the 2nd and 6 at the 41. Second and 6 at the 41. Hand off to Johnson again. That gets him about nowhere for a 1-yard gain. 3rd and 5 at the 49. Third and 5 for Florida. Lagway dropping back. Finds his man. That's boarding him for the 1st down. Once again, coming up next, it's Notre Dame and LSU. And after that, if we have time, we have, let me look at the bracket. after that, we'll hopefully win. Hand off to Montreal Johnson. Gets him 5 yards. Second and 5 and 46. We'll have the SMU Georgia after Notre Dame LSU if we have time. Second and 5 now for Florida. Trying to advance. Florida will be playing the winner of SMU and Georgia if they advance. So that's going to be the end of the first. Here, the first game of the Pcfl Invitational on YouTube. No time of possession for Florida State in the first quarter. So that's a really interesting stat right there for Florida. Kept it the entire first quarter now. Bagley is going to run it. They'll get 2. Second and 8. Now, for Bagley, that was just nowhere you could go right there. So it's second and 8 at the 16. Second and 8 at 16 now. Bagley finding his man. That's DK. Touchdown, Florida. And they strike first in round 1 of the Pcfl Invitational at Ford Field. Bagley just amazing ability to find his man. They know that. And also, the winner of the Invitational will get an automatic bid to the playoff, which is an 8-team playoff. They were not away. As the kick's good. So Florida leads 7-0 over Florida State. As coming up here in a moment, we will be seeing our first look at Florida State. So here we go. Florida State runs it out to the 12. First and 10. So here's your impact players. 2 corners for Florida and 2 corners for Florida State. So here we go. First and 10 for Florida State. Hands it off. He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to lose 2. Second and 12 at the 10 now. Dropping back, he has to throw it away. Third down. Now for FSU. Third down for Florida State. There we go, he drops back. Scanning the field, Glenn is gonna air it out deep for an interception. And it's gonna be brought back to the 25. Florida interception. As now Florida's got the ball at the 25, looking to do some more damage. Devin Moore with the interception. First interception of the year. So it's first and 10 at the 25. There is a mercy rule. 20 or more points scored. Game is over. The Lagway is going to run it. He's going to slide down after a 5-yard gain. It'll be second and 5. So, it's for no gain, it will be third down, as this will bring us to the 2-minute warning in Detroit. 2-minute warning. Florida leads 7-0. It's third down, Florida now. 3rd and 5 for Florida. Bagley scans the field, airing it out. It'll be incomplete. Here comes the field goal unit. Also, another mercy rule option is 10 or more points. But that's after this next drive if Florida State doesn't put up any points. So that'll be a mercy rule option. And the field goal's good, so it's 10-0. So if Florida State wants to stay in the game now, they need to score. Or else this will go to a mercy rule. There we go, 10-0 over Florida State. Mercy rule will apply if they don't score any points here on this drive. So, down to 17, it's 1st and 10. Glenn finding his man for his first completion of the day. 1st down, Florida State. Only time mercy rule applies is in this first round. After the first round, no more mercy rule. So Glenn finding his man again for another FSU 1st down. Down by 10. They need to put points on the board. Any sort of points. A field goal, a touchdown, anything will work for them to score. Glenn scanning the field. He's going to scramble. He's going to run for it. He's going to slide down after 5 yards. 22nd and 5. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Second and 5 at the 47. FSU players way down the field right there. Got back in time. Glenn throwing it for another Florida State 1st down, and there's the timeout. Malik Benson with the catch for a 1st down. Reminder, Notre Dame LSU after this game. Glenn throwing for a 2-yard gain. Second and 7 at the 40. Glenn finding his man again for another FSU 1st down, that time to Douglas. So that's time, the clock should start ticking unless he got out of bounds. And guessing he got out of bounds, so no time wasted. 1st and 10 at the 24. Glenn finding his man. Up to the 2 now. Second and 2 at the 16. Any points will work for FSU right now. Glenn fires. And it's caught! First and goal, Florida State. First and goal at the 3. FSU gets the ball first and the second. He got thrown. Final timeout, I'm pretty sure, for FSU. Yes, it was. First, second and goal now at the 1. Glenn fires, way out of the back of the end zone. So that stops the clock with 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Down by 10 is Florida State. 10 seconds, third and goal. Fires again out of the back of the end zone. Here comes the field goal unit. This is the biggest make it of lives. They need to make this if they want to advance in the Pcfl Invitational. To stay in the game. It's good. Game continues. And we're headed to halftime. With 5 seconds left, I'm pretty sure Florida's going to kneel it. And we will be heading off to halftime. Let's see. Where's Spotify?
Alright, here's Spotify.
No, not that. As we are at halftime, Florida leads 10-3 against Florida State. We'll be back.
It was a beautiful day. Sun beat down. I had the radio on. I was driving. Trees went by. Me and Dell were singing. Little runaway. I was flying. Yeah, running down the dream. Never
Alexa, pause. Guys, welcome back. You're on YouTube. 10-3 game. Florida can end the game with another touchdown if Florida State doesn't score again here. First and 10, Florida State. Glenn at quarterback still. Throwing a screen. It'll be a loss of 1. Once again, FSU needs to score here to stay in the game. Florida can win it with a touchdown at any moment due to an emergency rule. Second and 11, and it's a first down for Florida State. Ja'Kai Douglas with another first down. Here we go. First and 10 at the 37. Handoff. It's about 3. It's second and 7 at the 39. This game's starting to get really good, even though it's a 1 touchdown lead for Florida. Handoff. Once again, he gets the first. Florida State can pull off the upset. Even though they are the higher seed, Florida has been favored in advancing. As there's a flag down. After a nice gain, it seems like it's going to be an illegal man. And it's a holding on Florida State, Kyle Morlock. Florida obviously will accept the penalty. Glenn, handoff. Goes nowhere, gets about 2. 2nd and 16. Second and 16. Goes nowhere for no gain. 41-yard line now. It's 3rd and 16. For Florida State, they need to score on this drive to keep the game from ending. Glenn fires, finds his man, but it's a loss of 2. It's 4th down. As here we go. If Florida can score here, game is over. But if FSU can stop them and get the ball back, game's not over. So here we go. Florida will get the ball at the 19. Bagway throws to Wilson, and he has a lane all the way up to the 40 from the 19. The 3 game here in Detroit. First and 10 at the 40. Bagway handoff to Montrell Johnson, and he's down short by inches. Little South rivalry to start the game, or to start the tournament. 2nd and inches, that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd. So Florida can end it at the beginning of the 4th here, or a little bit through the 4th. The rest of the games today will be simulated. If we don't have time to do the 3rd game, which is SMU Georgia. As it's a 1st down, Florida to Zipper. 1st down at the 42. It's 10-3 game. Florida can end it with a touchdown and advance to round 2. The Elite 8. And it's a fumble! And Florida State's got it! Florida State returns the fumble for a touchdown! And right as I was saying, Florida can end it with a touchdown. FSU is going to get the touchdown that'll potentially tie the game. The touchdown. It's a fumble! And Florida State's got it! Florida State returns the fumble for a touchdown. And right as I was saying, Florida could end it with a touchdown. FSU is going to get the touchdown. It's good as we are tied. As right as many people thought this game was over, we're tied at 10 with 3:23 remaining. FSU now on the comeback now. This would be a huge upset. Florida feels like they should be the ones as the away team. They'll take home privileges as Bordigham's got it. Nearly across midfield. So now, Mercy Rule goes out of the window. We're just going to let them wait for it. So we are under 4 minutes to play. And we're about to get under 3 minutes to play here in the first game of the Pcfl Invitational. Magway, drop back, finds his man. Reminder, coming up next here on YouTube. LSU, Notre Dame, from the same venue. Detroit, Ford Field, for the second game of the season. Here on Sunday afternoon football. Lagway fakes the handoff to Johnson. Lagway's going to have to run for it. He's going to slide 3 yards short. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. No more mercy rule. And Florida State is glad about the mercy rule being eliminated this late. And they're going to lose 3. We're headed to the 2-minute warning in Michigan. Two minutes to go. Florida and Florida State tied at 10. And week 2, we will have our Elite 8. As it's a first down and a bit more for Montreal Johnson. Seventeen. And Johnson runs it up for a 7 and 6 now. And it's 3rd and 6 for Florida. And the final timeout, pretty sure for Florida. No, second timeout for Florida State. Florida can go up by a field goal. It's up. It's good. So Florida up by 3. Here we go. Coming up on a minute to go. FSU, 1 timeout. 1 minute and 3 to go. Down by 3. Glenn drops back. He's going to throw it away. It's down. Second and 10. Glenn throws first down. .40 seconds remaining. And they're going to spike it, saving the one timeout. Smart decision right here for Florida State. Second and 10 coming up. Glenn throwing right. He's going to lose a lot. Glenn drops back a little more. Finds his man. First down, Florida State. And there's a flag down. And it's for holding. So, 10-yard penalty. It's 3rd and 21. Glenn throws, finds his man. First down. Timeout. Florida State. Florida State's in position to win in the first round and upset number 10 Florida. Glenn throwing deep. It's a caught. It's caught. Touchdown, Florida State. Florida State. And Florida State with a huge catch with 14 seconds to go. Florida has all 3 of their timeouts. Florida needs a touchdown to win. Florida State, what a comeback they have had tonight. "11 seconds, all 3 timeouts. Lagway and Florida have to find a way to win." Finding his man, that's DK. That'll give him 7 seconds to play. They have after at least one more play, if not 2 more. Seeming like this is going to be the last play. Lagway throws. It's caught by Wilson. And that's the game. Florida State with the most clutch touchdown we have ever seen. It's going to win the game. Clutchest touchdown ever seen in the Pcfl. Florida State's going to advance to play the winner of SMU and Georgia. We'll see you next time on